Yo. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You're locked in to the hottest podcast on the airways with Twitter Flies DJs. I go by E2 Smooth.
And it's your girl, OG Penny.
Wait a minute, man.
We back! Period!
It's been a minute, but guess what? You know you rocking with the hottest podcast on the airways, The Late Show.
Yes,
so
sir.
Listen, we have some good topics. Me and Penny been gone for a little minute, but we've been away, but we've been working, and that's the most important about it all. We just been working. With that being said, first, before we even start the show, we got some bad news for the last couple of days. Rest in peace to King Von.
And then rest in peace to Mo3, the Dallas, Texas rapper. Not enough, baby. Like, what, man? And that we found that out today, that Mo3 has passed, y'all. Rest in peace to that man.
Like, both of their souls rest eternally, you know what I mean? And then, even just with that, man, before I can even get into the topics, bro, let me just say this. Y'all, bro, we gotta stop what we doing, man. This senseless killing, bro, it's not helping nothing that we're trying to fight for, man.
People feeling like they hard because they done took somebody's life, or they acting as if that gives them cool points when really it don't give you no type of cool points, bro. Like, you just took somebody's life. Now what do you think will come back and happen to you? You think God gonna let that slide?
And I was talking to my brother this morning, on my way to work, Penny, and I was telling them, it's crazy that, with the King Von situation and with, Mo3, I was telling them that, man, they took these people away from their kids, especially during the holiday time, you know what I'm saying? And that's just tough within itself, but, he said something to me that made plenty of sense. Even though you can agree with it, you don't have to agree with it, whatever the case is. But it's like, we all know, we diving in the waters, you gotta understand the consequences that that stands with it. So I'm just saying, man, y'all take it upon one another, to stop this senseless killing, man. Have sense about what y'all.
I think we should start taking accountability individually, and then I think as friends, as partners, as homegirls, as sisters, as brothers, we need to start charging up them people who we know are doing those foul ass things. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let my little brother walk in the fucking house, or my cousin, and they tell me, oh yeah, he just shot what's the name, or da-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna get on his ass right then and there. I mean, of course, you can tell somebody something and they'll decide to do what they want to do at the end of the day, but at least you tried to say something. I'd rather somebody say something to me, and then maybe that'll play on my conscience later when I'm about to do what I'm about to do. But we just gotta start giving each other ass, because I'm sorry, but I don't even want to be one of the people to bring up this whatever. How you gonna be about Black Lives Matter when y'all don't even care about your own lives?
Right.
That's freaking facts, y'all. We can't keep getting mad and pointing fingers at the oppressor and everybody else about the bullshit that they running us through, whether it's through the system, systematic slavery, or just, whatever. We got to do better. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standard and a better accountability in order for us to see something different. We can't get mad and be like, okay, well, they still doing this and doing that. Yes, the police is killing black folks, but y'all doing it too. We don't need that on top of what they doing. You know what I mean? Maybe if we start to come together more and handle our beefs and shit differently, you know what I mean? Without all the excessive bullshit guns and artillery, we just gotta find a different way, because y'all, this is not it. And this is 2020. It's already been a rough patch for everybody just because of the COVID itself, a pandemic that we're in.
Okay.
And now y'all adding more on top of that to these people's families grieving and shit. Like, we got to do better.
Especially around this time of the year. Anyway, this is the time to rejoice with your family, come together, whatever differences y'all have had throughout the year. This is the time where y'all come together and y'all settle that.
It's 2 weeks to Thanksgiving, y'all.
And it's so crazy, but I guess this is just the world that we living in. Do I accept it? No, but I do think that it's a place and time for everything. You know what I'm saying? If you man enough to sit there and call another nigga out his name and call him he ain't this, that, this, and the third, or claim your shit, bro, you man enough to sit down and have a conversation one-on-one with the op. You know what I'm saying? And figure out, what's the problem. Oh, E, bro, you talking soft.
Build the hood up
instead
of destroying
E, bro,
it.
that's weak. E, I ain't no weak ass nigga.
Right.
I'm not doing
Y'all need
to
have battles of who can get more money instead.
You know
like, if you feel like a nigga really got that much pressure up on you, okay, well, you think you doing this and that, we gonna see who gonna do this for the hood first. Okay, bet. Like, y'all need to turn y'all anger and other things into a better, productive way. You know what I mean?
Shit, look, Penny, you know shit. You know me. I don't give a fuck if a nigga talk shit about me. I'm gonna step regardless. See, shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why we in this situation.
Look, I got back down looking at it. See, but we ain't even talking about guns. We talking about hands. There's a difference. Look at that.
Let's move on. Hey, anyway, man, speaking of COVID, you know what I'm saying, in the pandemic and the COVID-19 and everything that's going on. Man, Penny, have you heard about Texas?
Everything bigger in Texas, baby.
Man, they saying right now, I got my sheet. Let me get my fact sheet real quick. It says, according to John Hopkins, a reporter for CNN, if Texas was its own country with 29 million people, again, if Texas was its own country with 29 million people in it, it would be ranked amongst the world's top 10 countries in cases that they have found over the last 3 months.
That's just 3 months.
That's just 3 months. So
September, October, November.
You know what I'm saying? So if we talking about all the way up until the time when the COVID started to now, Texas, and not to mention, you spoke on the incarceration rate and everything, and from what it's saying too, that John Hopkins reported was that it has been 231,000 deaths from COVID-19 within Texas correctional facilities. What you think about that, Penny?
First off, I want to say that's very crazy and mind-boggling because, for one, I mean, I'm not going to lie. In a prison, it's not really expected, unfortunately, sad to say this, it's not expected for them to follow certain rules and regulations. I'm sure there were some type of way, for them to implement social distancing rules. But I do know the way that most cells are made, you bunked up with, like, 2 people or however many,
Depends on, the units.
Yeah, that part. So I feel like they could have separated a lot of people in different units if they had to. But at the same time, I've never been to prison. I don't really know how that works. But I feel like, I hate to see that many people lives are taken in jail instead of them freeing these people because of COVID. They were saying that a lot of people were getting released from prison, off parole, etc. during the COVID. Yeah. So I wonder, what weren't they doing that was helping these people? I mean, obviously they weren't social distancing and whatever else, but, like, how did people in jail even get this virus when they're not even outside? You know what I mean? I feel like it had to come from, like, officers and sheriffs, or how did that even get inside the system unless they still allow visitors in, which I feel like they shouldn't have. So it's a lot of questions that need answers about that one.
And you know how it goes, especially, when you bring it in, like, new inmates and things like that. So it becomes a harder problem for them to contain it within the facility within itself. But it also becomes a bigger problem trying to contain it when you bring it in outside people into
Which is true, but I thought they said they weren't arresting many people or doing many things unless they were illegal activities. So during this time, if anything, from what I've noticed, witnessed, and seen in Dallas, Texas, and Commerce, Texas, that the police rate kind of did drop a little bit as far as people getting tickets for a whole bunch of little stuff. So I feel like unless people are real life out here murdering people in cold daylight and COVID, I don't know. I don't know.
Dallas up there with shot rate.
Right, look.
No count. I'll be every week somebody.
And we're not proud about that. We're very disappointed. We want to set ourselves aside from other people's cities and stuff. We want to lead by example, and we're not doing that, y'all. We're supposed to be turning up in the city. We got people taking off little by little. It's time to come together, support, and take off and build our stuff up instead of breaking it down. What are we going to have to look forward to when we come back home for the holidays with our kids? Nothing. There's not going to be anything,
And then it's so crazy because, like, anybody from Dallas, man, I'm going to tell you how. Anybody from Dallas, Texas, I already know. It's hard enough making it up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Being successful. Especially if you come from, poverty, rural backgrounds and things. It's already hard enough. And that's why we always speak about the crab in a barrel mentality. You know what I'm saying? But it's killing to me that when you look into mainstream within the media, aspect of life, when you talking about music, film and things like that, You see a lot of people that's from Dallas claim to be from Dallas, but you don't really see a lot of people that's actually from Dallas make it to that type of platform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy to me that the two that we have
beefed out with each other.
And we don't even speak on that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you spoke about, damn, you caught me off guard for a moment.
You're right.
With the elections, right, just happening and everything within that area, what is your expectations for the president-elect?
Okay, so I just want to say, now that we have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, in office, first I want to say applaud to my soror because, baby, we make things happen around here, period. Okay, ski-wee, baby, ski-wee. First, black vice president and woman,
shout out to
Shout out to Kamala, baby. But anyways, I want to say my expectations, we're not going to overlook the bullshit. Gave you a shout out, soror, but I'm on your ass. Baby girl, all these African Americans that you've indicted and had in jail and in prison for different reasons, for whatever. I'm not going to lie. I do understand when somebody is performing their job, it's best to let them do their job. Because half of the time, we don't even know how to operate their job, how their job works or whatever, But it is important that we're not straying our people away from where we need to be. I totally understand the system is already corrupt, it's messed up, it's not made for black people to prevail or to grow from.
At all.
So, with that being said, you would think most people of color, when they do hold certain positions, when they do get certain authority, they would help out their people, look out for them. Now, we can't always expect people to look out for us just because we can, or the same skin type color, but it is okay to be a stepping stool to help your people. You know what I mean? Don't convict everybody just because, he looked like he a hood dude, da-da-da. Looks can be deceiving.
Don't judge a book
trust
by its
me,
cover.
You can never judge a book by its cover because once you open it up, it might be something that you wouldn't even thought it was about, So as far as her, I want to pay attention to how she operates and if she's going to implement anything and stay on Joe Biden about, black people laws and etc. Like, I know they say there's a lot of laws with people being incarcerated for things they shouldn't be, or, just laws that's just now being broken to where people are, not receiving certain payments for having slaves and stuff, even though that was in England. I'm just saying, whatever. Anyways, y'all get what I'm trying to say. We on their heads. We on their necks. Just because you're in office now, yes, we know Trump was terrible, a raggedy orange son of a gun, but we got him out of there. So now it's time for a new beginning. Joe Biden, he was racist as well. It's a lot of things that he's done under the dirt, in the closet, and I just feel like as long as we apply that pressure and show them that even though we're a new generation with a lot more knowledge, and we have the access to stay on their heads. So whenever we can call out different policies and political things that they need to attend to that can help the black community, which I feel like needs to be rebuilding up our system because we already know our system is not made for us to, win. So they should start slowly but surely with these laws to implement and put things in place to where we aren't always treated unequally, even in the system. Because there's a lot of laws that I know we're not even aware of that are still in place that keep us from being able to receive certain things, whether it be funding, money, what they call it, financial help, we're not even the only ones that get financial help. That's another topic for the day. But yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. So you say Miss Harris is, were you directing your expectations to? For me,
well, no, I'm directing it towards both her. With my expectations with her is to make sure that Joe's on point.
Yeah.
Simply being that she is a woman and African American.
Okay.
So it's like you need to make sure that you on his neck because for one, you have people that even though you hadn't been fighting for them before, now is a different time. Yeah. Now you need to make sure that you are changing your ways as well as he's changing his ways. Both of y'all got a whole clean slate that y'all need to start on. So I expect her to be on him as he should be on her. You know what I mean?
Thanks. And with that being said, before I get into my expectations, I just want to, talk to my race, the African Americans, the black folks. Man, I'm just so proud, because, especially with the beginning stages of voting, the early voting, man, we turned out in huge numbers. I seen so many people that said that they was getting out there and voted. People that, back in 2016 when we had the election, they were saying, "Oh, well, I don't really mess with now one of them." You know what I'm saying? So I'm not voting. I'm not doing that. But this go round, and I like what you said, because of the actions and the things that we done seen Trump do over these couple of years, it turned a lot of people out. You know what I'm saying? And with that, a lot of people talk bad about this pandemic. They say that, the pandemic hurted them, or, that it wasted time and it could have been, avoided. But I'm the type of person, I'm a God-fearing man, and I feel like
everything happens for a reason, for one.
It was all a part of God's plan, because one, when you force people to stay inside,